This video will focus on the topics of the proper use of references and how to avoid plagiarism. Properly referencing your sources is a very important process in any scientific document. By properly referencing your source, you help to eliminate the concern of plagiarism. The proper use of current information is important in order to convey to your audience that you know the current literature related to your topic and that you have a good grasp of how your information fits into the overall matrix of scientific knowledge. This is vital in your presentation of yourself and your knowledge to the audience that is reading your paper. Often, these individuals will not know you and may never meet you. Their only impression of you is based on your paper and your knowledge of literature related to the topic. Another important thing to remember is that other researchers may read your paper and want to track down your references. This requires that you are very meticulous in following the proper way of referencing your sources so others can track down the source for their needs. There is not a researcher alive that has not read a paper and attempted to track down a source referenced in the paper only to find that the author did not reference the source correctly and therefore was unable to find the reference that was needed for their own research. This can bring into question all the information in your article. The EKU library system has good information about the importance of proper citation methods used by many different disciplines taught at Eastern. You can access this information through the library's website or go directly to libguides.eku.edu. Biology uses the Council of Scientific Editors style of name-year for in-text citations. This system allows for minimal disruption while reading a paper, yet provides the reader with a lot of information. This system allows the reader to know the name of the author, the source, and the year the source was published without being required to turn to the end references to get this information. As you become more familiar with a particular topic, you'll get to know the names of the leading researchers in the field, and this reference system allows you to recognize the source and possibly evaluate the importance of the reference. If you want additional information, then you can quickly turn to the end reference and see the title of the source as well as the source of the publication, such as the name of the journal or book that the source was published in. With the name-year system, in the body of the paper you simply place an open bracket, then the last name of the author, followed by a comma, and then the year of publication, then a closed bracket. If the source has two authors, then you insert an open bracket with the last name of the first author, then add the last name of the second author, followed by a comma and the year of publication, then a closed bracket. If the source has three or more authors, you insert an open bracket with the last name of the first author, then ETAL, followed by a period and then a comma, then you enter the date that the reference was published in a closed bracket. The end references are the full reference for every source cited in the body of the paper. Do not add any references in the end reference that are not in the body of the paper, and do not omit any body citation from the end reference list. The end references are listed in alphabetical order of the last name of the first author. Table 4 through 5 on page 84 in Karen Nesley's book, A Student Handbook for Writing in Biology 4th edition, provides information about the style of the references, journals, articles, and books as they should appear in the end references. If you are using internet sources, they're referenced differently. Page 85 through 94 of A Student Handbook for Writing Biology provides information about how to reference unpublished lab exercises, personal communications, internet sources, internet journals, databases, home pages, and email discussion lists. If you are using another type of source, then you should contact your instructor to figure out the proper way to reference that source. There are several good online sources that present information about the proper way to reference sources in the Council of Science Editors name-year style. Plagiarisms occur whenever you present someone else's work as your own. This includes someone else's works, ideas, or images regardless of the source. The only exception to this is common knowledge information. For example, you don't need to reference that January 1st is New Year's Day, but you would need to reference that October 13th, 2016 is National Student Day according to the National Association of College Stores. National Student Day spotlights and celebrates students through events in campus stores across the US and Canada. If you're not sure if a piece of information is common knowledge, it's always better to err on the side of causing and reference the source. Eastern Kentucky University takes plagiarism seriously, and as a student, you must abide by the academic integrity policy. This policy is available online, and you should be familiar with what is expected of you as a student at EKU. EKU's libraries have a complete section on their website that is dedicated to providing students with information about how to avoid committing plagiarism. EKU Library's website also contains a flowchart that can be referenced during the research and writing process to decrease the likelihood of committing plagiarism. Take a moment to go through the chart. Be sure to look at all the information about plagiarism provided by EKU Library's website, and look at the material in a student handbook for writing biology about plagiarism, found on pages 41 through 43. Plagiarism is a very serious offense that can plague you for the remainder of your career, so be sure to know how and when to properly cite sources.